What up, my diggity dogs? So, happy America's birthday. Haha, England, you got clapped. Mass genocide, am I right, boys? Alright, so, today I'm not here to talk about America. God bless America. Today I'm here to talk about Aether returning. I know, right? It's great. Honestly, it's great because I love Chaos and all. Like, the maps are pretty good. Like, I love IX, the Dead in the Night. All the maps are good, honestly. Even though people like to hate on the Titanic one, stuff wrong with it. There is, but like, I like it, man. Alright, so basically, what I want to talk about is Alpha Omega DLC 3. So, I also want to talk about the trailer a little bit, but I just want to show how it's so simple. Just if you have a small grasp on knowledge. I don't know what to say, but what I'm gonna say is pretty simple, and you should be able to understand it, and it'll make sense for the maps. So basically, Alpha Omega, if you didn't already know, it's Nuketown. Like, it's not even, just shut up. You know it's Nuketown. Don't say you didn't know that. It's Nuketown, man. I hope it's not just Nuketown. I'm sure it won't be. I'm sure it'll be extended more, just because just Nuketown would be stupid as hell. But, basically, so first off, let's start out with the name. So, I just watched a video by Mr. Raphael Waffles, which is cool. He made a good video, about the name, but that's not where I got this from. I already knew this, and I just watched like a season of Dexter, which talked exactly about this, which was perfect timing. Like, the trailer came up for Alpha Omega, and then I started watching season of Dexter with Alpha Omega, so that was some good ass timing right there. But basically, what Alpha Omega means, the beginning and the end. It's from the book of Revelations in the Bible, which also links back to Revelations, the Black Ops 3 conclusion map. So that's cool. But basically means it's the beginning and the end, which is what this map is. It's the beginning of the end. It's the Aether map, and the Aether's almost concluded. So this map's about to be crazy. I mean crazy. So another thing I want to talk about is also in the name. I didn't know this on Milo's video. That's what I saw is the first letters of Alpha and Omega, A and O, that, like, so letters to numbers, A would be 1, B 2, C 3, D 4, E 5, Alpha A is 1, and then Omega O is 15, so 115. Not 115, Ludwig, it's 115. So, basically from what I've heard about this map is, it's going to be the preparation to fight Dr. Monty. So I don't really know why the characters think he's evil. Like, there's plenty of reasons to think he's evil, but I don't really know. Like, I don't know if I'd call him evil. Maybe a bit of a dumbass. I don't really know what to call him. I don't know about evil though. So in the trailer, they showed Dr. Monty's true form, which is the same as the Shadow Man's. Now, I don't know how I didn't realize this before, because it makes so much sense. They're pulling an Assassin's Creed right here, boys. You have two factions. One is made out to be the big bad boys, when in actuality, like, anyone could just say, you know what, they're not that bad. Which is exactly what happened in Black Ops 3. Monty was telling us all, like, the Shadow Man, he's a bigger bastard. That is a true harbinger of doom. Like, is he? Like, there's a lot of evidence to say he is, and there's a lot to say he's not. And the same could be said about Monty, which is why I'm not really sure how I didn't spot out the fact that that was gonna be his true form. Because they're just the same. They're opposites, and they're the same. It's like, that's a reoccurring thing now in zombies, is like opposites and the same. Alpha and Omega, Dr. Monty and the Shadow Man, which is really cool, and I like how they're going with that, because you could pick any side and say one's evil, one's not. They're both not, they both are. Like, You could say any of that, and they're all correct and they're all incorrect. All right. So I think that's really cool. And so I guess this is the preparation to fight Dr. Monty. So I guess they're going there. We got a new ray gun, which is gonna be sick, dude. From what it looks like, it's gonna be a ray gun Mark II, but like with maybe different like variants, like elements. That's what I'm looking for, which makes sense because it's a variant of ray gun Mark II, because that's Broken Arrow, and that's kind of where we are in Nevada. So that's cool. It'd be better if it were just a new ray gun entirely. But what if we get a ray gun Mark 5 and DLC 4? That would be sick. So, yeah. Another thing I wanted to bring up just real quick. So earlier I mentioned Dexter, which uh, I don't expect anyone watching this to have seen it. But basically in the season that I just watched, what happens is there's this serial killer who thinks the apocalypse is coming, and so basically he recreates scenes from the book of Revelations leading up to the apocalypse. Like, you have like the serpents coming out of the sea, you got the seven, the bowls of sins or bowls of wrath. You've got the ring of fire. Like, you've got all these different tableaus. That's what they're called. And so, like, I'm not sure. I haven't really done the math out for this, even though there's no math involved. But I believe there's 8 tableaus, and then the apocalypse. So maybe I'll look afterwards and see if there's a connection. But maybe each map could represent a tableau. I'm not too sure about this, but it's just a theory because I don't really remember what all of them are. But like, off the top of my head, like the one with serpents, that could easily be Zetsubo. The bulls, the ring of fire. I don't know. You could go with either Gorod or Blood of the Dead. I don't really know, but like maybe there's a link between each map and each of the tableaus, because in Black Ops 3 it's like you have 1 map, 5 maps. It's like there's 5 maps in Black Ops 4 or 3, and one of them doesn't have the crew, but maybe it could be connected. And then right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, if excluding Shadows of Evil, you have 8 tableaus, and I believe that's actually how many the serial killer does. So maybe you could correlate each one to a different tableau. I'm not sure. I'll go do some research, and if I find anything, I'm making a video, or I'll just add it onto this one. We'll see. If there's no connection, I'll just not say anything. But I don't know. I really think it is possible, just because, like, Revelations, the map, is just a reference to the Bible, Alpha, Omega. It's also a reference to the Bible. I'm the Alpha, and I am the Omega, which is cool. And then you got, like, God versus Satan, which is depicted as Monty versus Shadow Man, but now we're starting to realize that neither of them are really necessarily... we're realizing that maybe one is, like, the Shadow Man's not evil, and Dr. Monty is, or maybe they're both evil, or both of them aren't evil, or whatever. But, like, it's really cool how they're bringing this all together, and with all the Bible references and whatever, which I think is cool. Really think it's cool. Really think it's cool. I'm really not sure what anything has to do with Newtown. Like, honestly, I have no clue what this has to do with Newtown, and I don't really know how Broken Arrow plays into the whole thing. But, another thing is that I can bring up is another thing about the name Alpha Omega and the crews. So, basically, if you didn't know, the crew we play as in Origins and all throughout Black Ops 3 is called the Primus crew, okay? And then the characters we play as in World at War Black Ops 1, and the people we kill throughout Black Ops 3, and the people who playing as Classified, those are Ultimus, okay? And the people we play as in Transit, and Dire Eyes and Buried, they are Victus, okay? In Latin, when all translated, primus means first, and you guessed it, Ultimus means last. Primus is first, Ultimus is last. And then Victus translates to defeated. Now, I'm not really sure how that's going to play into this map. I'm sure they're definitely going to be somehow featured into the next two maps, which is fine. I'm not really sure how, though. But just going off Primus and Ultimus, the first and the last, Alpha and Omega, that is really cool in my opinion. And I like all these just little things like that you could just draw conclusions from, like, oh, it's from the Bible, and Primus and Ultimus is Alpha and Omega, and AO means 115. Like, all these little things just coming together just to make a great map and tie all the loose ends up, I think is actually great. I'm not sure if they're also going to incorporate the Call of the Dead and the Mob of the Dead crew. They might not. But we'll see. Yeah. So it looks like it's gonna be a good map, though. I'm not sure, like I said, how Nuketown or Broken Arrow or the Victus crew or any of that stuff, any of the first three Black Ops 3 maps. Well, Dyer's Buried, Nuketown, and Transit. Those four maps. I'm not really sure how any of those are really gonna play in, and 5. Like, I'm really not sure how all that Broken Arrow specifically and Victus stuff really ties in with all this, but it's obviously significant. I'm not sure how, though. I have not looked at any leaks besides just the fact that it's Newtown, but, like, you just look at the trailer, or not the teaser picture for it, and it's a friggin' nuke. Everyone said it was Newtown like a year ago, and it's obviously Newtown. What do you want? Alright, so that's really all I know, though. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be new perks, new enemies, new wonder weapons, probably just new weapons, normal weapons. I haven't seen the cutscene or any of the, like, the audio for it either. I want to go in fresh. It kind of sucks how on PC it's coming out 30 days later. I've already complained about this enough, though, but hopefully they'll be like, you know what, we'll release it on the same day. Good for you, Treyarch. But if not, I'll just react to the cutscene when it comes out on the 9th, and then the outro whenever it's solved. So, off the top of my head, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I really don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're trying to get all the crystals for the staffs and build the original ones, which would make sense because everyone loves Origins, and they obviously want to somehow incorporate it because Chronicles Origins got so many playthroughs. They had it in Revelations. They used the same font. It's like, obviously people love Origins. Like, it's over now, and I don't think they should bring it back anymore. They can tie it into the story because obviously it's really significant, but just, like, be done with Origins. Like, they're probably gonna bring the staffs back just because, like, everyone wants them to, and they already got the fire crystal from Blood of the Dead, which is cool. So they're probably in Alpha Omega going to get the 3 other crystals, or maybe they'll just show, like, in the cutscene. Like, maybe they start out with 2 of the, like, one of the crystals, and in the intro cutscene they get one, then at the end they get one, and then in the intro for the last map they get another one. So I don't really know, but it seems to me like that's what they're doing, is getting all the crystals to build the original staffs to fight Dr. Monty. So that to me seems like what's gonna happen, is they're gonna kill them with the staffs. It'd be so cool if, like, depending on what character you spawn in with is what staff you get. I'm not sure what the correlation is, but, like, say if you spawn as Dempsey, you get, like, the fire staff, and Nikolai gets the ice staff, Takio gets the wind staff, and Richtofen gets the lightning staff. That, I think, would be really cool, and they should, hey, I'm down to do that. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen in Alpha Omega, but I think it's going to be crazy. Popping a Phoenix up with the zombies community, which is great. I love that. expect a video on the 9th in 5 days. Thank you all for watching. Comment what you think of this next map, though I'm sure not many of you even care about zombies. Uh, Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'd very much appreciate it. Dislike if you didn't enjoy. Uh, Share this video with Mr. Awful Waffles, with Codename Pizza, with Mr. Dog J. Share it with all the story people that tell me everything I need to know. Thank you for watching. It's been lit. Kool-Aid.